Is this the ultimate outdoor multi-tool? We're going to find out today with a Leatherman SIGNAL review. Now, of course, it's not entirely outdoor specific. I've used the SIGNAL many times at the house, even more frequently in the woods. It's part of my essential EDC. So if it's not attached to my hip in some way, it's within arm's reach. So we're going to be taking a closer look at this multi-tool today, but one thing I'd like to point out before we delve into the SIGNAL itself is what I noticed when I unboxed the SIGNAL among other Leatherman products is there's no unnecessary plastic. There's no plastic at all, actually. So points for that. So firstly, let's talk about the sheath that comes with the Leatherman SIGNAL. Excellent quality nylon sheath, extremely rugged and well made. Considering the sheath is almost on my hip every day, there doesn't appear to be any signs of wear whatsoever. And this is out in every weather in some pretty harsh terrain. Super simple, branded with the Leatherman logo on the front, a little butt enclosure, and to the rear we have a bout loop. A super nice addition to keep your multi-tool on you at all times. So let's talk form factor. I've always liked the form factor of Leatherman multi-tools. It's put together extremely well, and when not in use, you have this very compact piece of kit. Dimensions for the Leatherman SIGNAL when closed come in at around 4.5 inches. And it sits about 1/2 inch thick, and it weighs in at 212.6 grams. Taking a look at the body of the SIGNAL developed from stainless steel, this multi-tool comes in a variety of different colors. Here we have the stainless steel variant, and we also have a coyote brown. Now, as we have a look around the SIGNAL, we will have a look at the tools on the exterior that you can access without having to open the tool itself. So first and foremost, we have the knife, one hand operable, which is very handy. It's an outdoor multi-tool, anything can happen in the outdoors. You may come unstuck, injure your hand, you've got another hand, simply swing off your thumb and you have access to the blade. So I happen to like the combo knife. You have the straight edge for those precise cuts and the serrations for the rougher material. 420HC steel comes sharp straight out of the box, but also being that higher carbon steel is very easy to sharpen and maintain. And the length of the blade comes in at 2.73 inches. Now, it's worth noting right now that every tool on this Leatherman locks. For the blade and the saw, you have these liner locks. Keeps it nice and secure, and simply push down and it releases and you can stow your knife back away. So referencing the blade and how sharp it is and how easy it is to maintain, it gets easier with the addition of a built-in diamond coated sharpener here. Here's your lock that holds it in place. Simply depress, slide back, and it pops out. So it's designed in such a way that you can tackle your straight edge and your serrations, because there's nothing worse than a dull blade. So sitting adjacent to the knife, we have the saw. Again, locks into place securely. I've done a lot of cutting with this saw. It works, and it works well for its size at 2.75 inches. Also excellent for scraping, as seen here, making some backward shavings. Sitting nice and conveniently next to the saw is the Ferro Rod. I say conveniently because it's the spine of the saw that we'll use for scraping the Ferro Rod to create those sparks. But for this Ferro Rod, you actually have to access the multi-tool. There's a little clip that holds the Ferro Rod into place. Simply push that in and pull the Ferro Rod out. Now, these Ferro Rods produce very good sparks. I've demonstrated the ability of fire making with the SIGNAL on the channel here. It's a short entitled fire with the Leatherman SIGNAL, very effective. The Ferro Rod also doubles up as a whistle. Now, obviously the SIGNAL, built for outdoor use, it doesn't matter where you are. You could be walking your dog in an urban woodland, you fall, break your leg. Blowing this whistle is going to carry much further than your voice will. Therefore, it is an excellent addition to the SIGNAL. Furthermore, on the Ferro Rod, whistle and the sharpener, they are attached to a yellow plastic housing. Very smart, so if you drop them or misplace them, they should be very visible and easy to spot. So the opposing side of the SIGNAL is a little more bare with just the addition of a pocket clip. But check this out. Right under the pocket clip, we have some coordinates. I've done my research. Who in the comments can tell me what these coordinates relate to? Moving down to the bottom of our SIGNAL, we have this carabiner. If you're not a fan of carrying a sheath on your belt, you can simply hook this to your belt and have no worries about losing it. So that's 3 ways of carrying this multi-tool. We have the sheath, a pocket clip, and a carabiner. Always good to have options. Now, before we open up the SIGNAL and delve into the inner functions of the multi-tool, I want to point out another awesome feature of the SIGNAL, and it's this locking mechanism. Now it isn't automatically locked into place. You can leave it unlocked and have it spring into action immediately. Now this locking feature will come in handy when you're wearing it by the carabiner or it's attached to your pack and you probably don't want it to come open at that time. That is when this locking feature comes in handy. Needle nose pliers, regular pliers. I've actually used these needle nose pliers to remove splinters from my hand. They are developed and put together so intricately that you can remove the smallest splinter from your skin. Among a multitude of different uses, I also use these to remove items from the campfire. Now sitting just below our pliers, we have some premium replaceable wire cutters. At the top we have your regular wire cutters, and just below those we had hard wire cutters. Bit driver, again, locks into place as every tool does. We have the Phillips and a flathead. Now my family isn't extremely well equipped with tools. We have them, don't know where they are. And so when something needs to be done, needs to be tightened, loosened, taken apart, this is a frequently used tool at my house. Can opener. I don't know how many times I've been out camping, I've gone to pull open a can of food, there's either no pull tab or it breaks. So there I am using a knife to pry it open, right? Not ideal. With this can opener, pull tab, no pull tab, you're getting into that can with ease. Also doubles up as a bottle opener. And sitting a little further back on the can opener, bottle opener, we have an additional wire stripper. And finally, we have an awl with a thread loop. It's one of the least used tools for me on the Signal, but there will be, without a doubt, a time when I need to create a hole and I have the awl to accommodate. So what's expected from Leatherman is high quality, and high quality is what's delivered. Every function on the Signal works, every mechanism is super smooth, it even has that satisfying click whenever you lock a tool in place. It's for the survivalists. This is a must-have multi-tool camping, bushcraft, outdoors. For over a year now, it's never let me down. I don't believe it will let me down, and neither does Leatherman with their 25-year warranty. As I said at the start of this video, if it's not attached to my hip, it's within arm's reach, and I favour the Signal that much that this is actually my second one. Here's my original Signal. There's nothing wrong with it. I just wanted another one. That's how you know how much I rate the Leatherman Signal.